Welcome to the Road Soda Podcast. The Road Soda Podcast is your entertainment podcast on the go. Your host Isaiah Cooper and Kristie, and an occasional third wheel, present a variety of fun segments from offbeat news to Netflix reviews, with interludes from our sponsors and parent company, Popco Brands. Fasten your seatbelts and please listen responsibly to Road Soda. Hello and thank you for cracking another Road Soda, a bubbly tonic for your ears.
That was nice. That's how I would describe it.
On this episode, we get ripped with the Ripper. We dupe nurses into wiping our asses. And we discuss the biggest feud since Biggie and Tupac. I'm
accurate.
Isaiah Cooper, your host, and with me is Miss Sloppy Whoppers herself, Kristie Zalinga. Remember when we first started talking and you refused to tell me your last name like it mattered to me?
Yeah, because you never know who you're talking to. I also wouldn't give you my phone number. We strictly had to communicate through Instagram. You're like, which last time? I'm not telling you.
I'm not telling my farmer.
You could be a psycho stalker.
I could be. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm the best.
This is a very long con then.
Maybe I'm the best stalker there is. So like the kind of stalker that I get in your house and I live with you.
Yeah, I think I was like, I'm not telling you your last name. You want my last name? Then tell me your address. And you were like 1224 or whatever the fuck it was.
Come stab me in the night.
Right.
Bring your knives, big ones. Bring big knives. I got a lot of things I need cut. So you do remember.
What? That I did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just being safe. I get it.
Yeah.
In hindsight, the sight behind me, I get it. It's back there. That makes sense. Anyway.
I mean, but for what it's worth, our first date, you came over to my house, so that wasn't like the safest thing.
Yeah. I brought you pad thai.
Pad thai, red wine, some
Oh. One of those things tasted better than the other. They all got tasted though. Tasty stuff.
You also put on one of my bodysuits.
I did put on a bodysuit as a joke.
And you put it on.
It was a joke. It was a good joke. Everybody laughed.
And then you put shorts or pants back on top of it. I'm like, no, I just wanted the bodysuit.
I'm like, my balls are really not fitting in this thing. It was green. I remember that.
It's teal, yeah.
Teal. It's green.
It's teal.
Teal.
Anyway.
Everybody, this is exciting because this is the first Road Soda video. We've never had a video. It's always been an audio podcast. I never even really thought about making it a video thing. I just was very obsessed with the audio aspect and the on the go, people driving, people like that's what I want to entertain people in their transitory areas. Places where their mind just can, like if you're cleaning or something, because I enjoy being entertained in that space so much.
Yes,
and
you
the
do.
things that I find that entertain me, I soak them up and I love them. So I want to give that, that's why I'm compelled to do that kind of stuff. And the video aspect was something I thought way down the line, depending on how the show went, then yeah, I would absolutely, you have to. Not like,
right.
And I wouldn't do it reluctantly. I would also approach it in the same way because I also love being entertained with TV.
Yeah, I love to watch podcasts.
Yeah. But I wasn't even thinking about it, and then you got me a webcam for Christmas. And I think that has got to be one of the most thoughtful gifts that I've ever received from a girlfriend, because you got me this gift and it was so thought out, and you got it for something that I'm passionate about and that I love doing. And I think that was, it showed you like me and you care about me and you care about the things that I love doing to get me something like that. And you were even scared about it. You were like, I'm I'm so scared if you're going to like it. I'm worried if you're going to like it.
Well, I didn't know if that's the route you wanted to go. I wanted to show you that I support you and I believe in you chasing the things that you love. And I didn't know if that was the route you wanted to go, but I think that's the next step. Or those are the things I enjoy in the podcast.
Right.
Anyways.
And I think that I wasn't even thinking about it being a next step. I knew it was a step somewhere. I know it's like going to happen at some point, but it was, if you had to ask me like what's the absolute next step, I'd probably be like website. I think I need a website. That makes sense. Like I probably need a website just to, if at the very least have the domain, you know, but, or like any of those different things, right? It would probably be something with like content, not like, but like writing something different. Anyway. So when you got it, it like forced my hand to think, well, how can I use it now? Like, what can I do with it right now? And surprisingly, this whole like having the TV, like I didn't know I was getting that for Christmas, and I already gave that other TV to my dad, making this TV free, so I can bring it in here. You already had the HDMI cable. It's like hooked up. It's fucking running. Like everything's going really smooth, and so and we're gonna release these. So this is the intro to episode 169, and we'll release each video as a different segment on the show.
I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, and I think, because we have all these commercials and whatnot. If you guys listen to the actual audio version of the show, it's going to be a little different. There's a lot of interludes and breakaways and like, you know, ads and stuff that we create for the show. And of course, because it's just audio, I don't have a real way of, unless I could like cue them up, you know, and then like play it. Just the audio while we sit here and look at each other, you know. We could do that. Right. Who knows what's going to happen down the line? But for right now, I think this is like a really interesting thing. And then I can like release a different segment from the show like throughout the week. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah.
So I have more content spread over a greater period of time. Like there's so many benefits I think to doing something like this and trying it out, and then we get to see like which segments do like well on their own, like. People really like the Millennial Book Club. People really like the news. It's a really awesome way of doing that. So I can't thank you enough, babe.
I'm really glad you like it.
Yeah.
I was really scared.
It was something that I needed that I didn't know I needed.
That's
and
nice.
I think I was very so thank you.
What about the 90-minute massage?
Oh, I need that. She also got me a 90-minute full body rub down. And it wasn't like one of those honey coupons like, here, honey, you can redeem
I'm not doing that shit.
You redeem this whenever you want. No, this is another human being, a female.
Mm-hmm. Yes, made sure it was a chick for sure.
I could do it. I could absolutely lay down in a professional parlor, or they don't call them parlors. That's the, you know, massage therapy place.
Sure.
And have a guy massage me, but it would take a little effort to get into a comfortable mind space, but I know I could do it.
Yeah.
And be cool with it.
I trust that, but I feel like who loves tits more than you know? Get you a nice pair of tits. Maybe she can flop them around on your back.
Maybe she will. Oh my gosh. What if I get hard?
I'd allow it.
What would she do?
Not acknowledge it. I'm sure that like happens. I've talked about a lot of like massage horror stories with those people.
Massage horror stories.
Also true.
Those are the stories I listen to. Guys, you can write into the show. roadsthodamail@gmail.com. Write in so that we can read your mail. What do you guys think? How's Kristie's hair? She said she went Latina today.
I did. I went Latina.
She went Latina. You did.
Latina.
It's the hair fountain, right? What is that style? What is that called?
Half up.
Half up. Good words.
Half up and...
all down.
And poofy and Latina.
Half up, all down. It's like
people think I'm Latina a lot.
Yeah.
They ask me that a lot.
You really do fit into a area of like races. Very I get the same thing where you could be so many different things.
Right. It's most often I'm asked if I'm Latina.
Are you Jewish?
I do get the Jewish, but not as often. Latina is the number one. After that is usually Greek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes Italian, sometimes Jewish.
Yeah.
But I just like don't think I look Latina.
Yeah. I could see why they would think that.
Because of my hairdo?
Well, now, but I mean, just like with like your facial features and your skin tone and
I just feel like
hair
it's
color.
so Eastern European.
It is,
that it's but so pointy.
There is a certain type of Latina though that does. It's like if you're in like Mexico, it's like a certain group of people
that are pointy.
That look more like my neighbors, my good friend from when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
He's much more, because it's more Spaniards than it is like indigenous, Mexicanos.
No one ever says, "Are you Hungarian?"
Nobody, because people don't know the nuances of those bullocks.
Unless I've had a couple people that are Hungarian,
and then that are
like, "Oh my god, absolutely, yeah."
And then like, get away from me! I want to talk to you. Hungarians don't like other Hungarians. Like, all right, guys, you can also call into the show, leave a message on the machine, 706-200-1213. Leave a message so we can play it. We do have a call.
Yes. I feel like, is this like one of those things where I'm like supposed to look at the camera, but then if I do, it feels like the movie Superstar where she's like going over the tapes in her head and she's like, and where's their hand? And a new friend's hand. Mm-hmm. I just,
I think you'll get comfortable doing it. I mean, I've
done this a time or two.
If you think this is the
I think
first
people
time,
know because of your glasses. They know you're cool.
They know. Also, if everyone is seeing the glasses that are on my face, before we get to this phone call or this message, you are seeing the glasses on my face. If you are
with two lenses, how interesting.
Yeah. Also, everybody actually listening to the show, if you want to watch Road Soda, go onto YouTube, Road Soda Podcast, and you can actually watch us. If you're a listener of the show and you want to actually see us recording the show, go on.
If you want to see my tits once and for all.
Once and for all. I'm looking at them right now.
I wore a baggy t-shirt.
I see it. I still know what's there. And everybody also, these are absolutely the glasses that
you wear to look cool. Especially when you're working out.
When I went to the gym. That allegedly had a missing lens.
You get ready to go to the gym. You're grabbing your headphones. You got your sweat towel. You got your bag. You got your water bottle. And you're like, one last thing before I go. Just to protect you from all that blue light.
Mm-hmm. In the gym, it's very...
I get it.
It's potent.
It does kind of like give you a little bit of reflection though. So if you're like really checking out big butt cheeks, you could get a little bit of a sheen.
I actually use it to like to make it more known. So I lift them up. Ooga! Holy shit!
Dude, I would do anything if you actually just like subtly.
There's nothing subtle about it. There's nothing subtle. If you're raising your glasses to look at
but that's more subtle than like auga, But like
not actually screaming auga, but literally like you cannot make that more. Like somebody walks by.
Dude, I think I've done that multiple times looking at a hot dude and like pulled him down, raised my eyebrows and pulled back up. But like you
know what I just realized? It's sexier if you pull it down.
Yeah.
Then if you pull him up, it's like you're perverted, like an old guy who needs to fucking.
So you should lift him up.
Vocals. Yeah.
I'd like you to try it a couple times and see how it works.
Should I also do like a kissy face? Do like.
Just maybe raise the eyebrows. You probably don't have to say anything. Yeah.
Should I lick my lips?
All right, this is getting weird.
That's hot, bitch.
I don't like it anymore.
Let me watch you squat, bitch.
I would.
I know. The gym is a crazy place. Anywho, so these are totally the glasses. There you have it, everybody. Get on to YouTube.
Write us in. Let us know how cool Isaiah looks.
You don't have to. Or you can even comment in the video. Or leave a comment in the video.
Wow.
Tell everybody how
awesome. Oh, wow. I know what's going to happen with that.
Isaiah looks so awesome.
Continue. Go ahead. I'll tell you later.
Uh-oh.
I just think some of like your biggest fans are really gonna come up with multiple names, multiple comments.
Oh yeah, all my coolest
like blast, 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 and then when you block them, they're gonna create a new account and then blast, blast, blast.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Ooh, we could read them together on the show.
I think you have to have a Gmail.
Pretty sure your biggest fans do.
We should
read them.
We should fucking read them to everybody so everybody can get the downline. Are you guys ready?
I didn't think of that till just now. Sorry.
Here we go.
Hey, Road Soda. Hey, it's me. I need no introduction. It's Nathan. They call me I've been referred to someone who refers to himself as the can opener on multiple occasions. And that's what I would like people to continue to refer to me as. Either refer to me as the can opener or refer to me as a person who refers to himself as the can opener. I'm calling about that episode with Jingle Jangle. So it's Christmas time. It's a good time to be with the family and everything. Christmas movies are a good thing to watch with your family. So I went over to my ex-wife's house and just kind of posted up outside the living room window. And she's doing great. She's doing great. She's doing really good. But they had it on the Netflix, and one thing right away, I agree with Isaiah. Representation matters. I want. It's important that people. I mean, it's not even just about race. Like we need superheroes who got prosthetic legs. We need. We got Daredevil. The deaf guy. Deaf people have people to look up to. I'm still waiting on a superhero I could look up to. Someone like me. High school. Was really great for me. Had the high schooler in Donkey Kong at this arcade I went to. And then I started having my problems. And I want someone like me. At Hawaii, he's 260 pounds at 5'3". Oh my, God, this guy. But he still fights crime, and people still love him. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, representation matters. But I agree with Kristie. This movie sucks.
That's where it ends.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The can opener.
I really miss
The can opener.
Dude, Ozzy won't stop. I'm so
God,
sorry.
look there he is right there on the. There he is. Also, everybody, the studio dog Oz. Studio Dawes.
He won't stop.
What?
Studios. I really fucking miss the can opener.
Yeah, he's
sincerely
5'3", 260, opening cans. What a guy.
That was a real treat.
He's a great listener. Guys, you can also call into the show just like the can opener. 200. Sorry. It's not 200, is it?
706.
706. 200.
7439.
No. That's just the combo to her debit card. It is 706 200 1213. Very easy, everybody. We have one more call.
Stop. I love this.
I know, right? Here we go.
In the mail that you have yet to extend your warranty past the factory cutoff.
Why do you do this?
And this is a courtesy call to renew your warranty before we close the file.
Why do you do this?
No, don't. Babe, this is an important call.
Stop. Now, you got me so excited.
Or press 9 to be removed from our list.
Oh, I don't want to be removed from this list.
You really built me up.
What, babe? We get a call. We got to play them. Every call gets played. That's how I feel. Even if it's somebody just
Good to know.
Even if it's just like you are a piece of shit, your show and live, stuff like that.
Have you ever gotten a call like that?
No. But if I did, I'd fucking play it.
I play that shit.
I'd fucking play it. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of Road Soda. If you're watching this, the news segment will come out another day from now. We're going to figure all this out, all the schedule.
Yes.
But if you're listening to the show on the podcast applications that you use.
I think we should release them all at once.
I don't think so.
Why?
I want to
what if the people that want to listen to the whole thing want to watch it too? So then they have to wait every day to hear different segments and they're just banging them all out?
Well, the people that listen to it are just going to listen. They have the whole show on Monday.
Yeah, but what if they wanted to watch it instead? I could listen to your mom's house, but I would rather watch it. So I'm not going to listen to it. Or maybe if I was listening to it while I was in the car and then I got home and then I wanted to watch the rest of it, I could turn it on and watch it. But if that wasn't available to me, I'd be like, fuck. And I just listen to it.
I don't know why I thought it would be better to release content over time, But I think there's absolutely merit to what you're saying. I think you're right.
That never happens, and I really appreciate it when it does.
JK! You don't know what you're talking about.
Just say it. It's 2 little words. 2 little.
You're hot.
That's it.
Thank you, everybody. And I hope you enjoy the show. But first,
how about a word from our fucking sponsors?
Jimmy Rick's phallic lawn service. Anyone can clean up your yard, but Jimmy Ricks doesn't just clean up your yard, he makes it look rock hard. Edging, scaping, bush shaping. If it's plants, Jamie Ricks make it looks like it belongs in your pants. No job is too small, and for sure no job is too large. Not for Jimmy Ricks, the man who put the landing strip on Prince Edward Island.
My husband Morty and I were so bored and tired of our landscape, wanted to spice things up a bit, so we called Jamie Ricks to come over and shape our bushes. He was in and out within an hour and did such a fantastic and smooth job. Now Marty and I just love to gaze out the windows at our giant cock-shaped bushes. The neighborhood loves them too.
Jimmy Ricks, you know what that lawn needs? Some fix. Call 6969-TRIM for a consultation.
Yes, your temple said.
Hello and welcome. This is the news. This is the Road Soda news. The only news you really need. Giving you the interesting shit that's out there in the world. I'm Isaiah. With me is Miss Sweaty Underboob.
Oh my god.
Kristie, how are those tits today?
I don't think you've ever seen a sweaty underboob. Like, it happens. It's like the world's largest nutsack on your chest. So it happens. But like, I don't think we've ever been in a situation.
Right. Well, I just know.
All right.
How are they hanging?
It's a very frigid 68 degrees in here. So they are firm, upright, slightly pointed.
Slightly pointed.
Somebody once asked me if I had, talking about nipples. And I was telling them that my nipples are like see-through. They're like, I don't have like those dark pink ones. They're like almost the same color as my skin. So they kind of all blend together. And he's like, yeah, you got those smooth ones or you got those Stevie Wonders?
Those Stevie Wonders.
And it was the best thing I've ever heard. Yeah, you know, like the bumpy nipples.
Braille nipples. See, there's
Stevie
layers
Wonders.
to that joke. Okay.
That's what so. And
That's too hard. I got to think. Oh, Stevie Wonder is also
that's
blind.
what he went like this. Stevie Wonder.
And how to feel. Oh, it's the hand motion. See, we got video now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad they can see your temple set.
Okay, enough of tits. First up, our first article, and always down in the description or down in the info here, you'll see the links to the news if you want to follow along. Get out of here, buddy. If you'd like to follow along on the news articles, you can do that. This one is an exclusive, a fucking exclusive. Victim of a man who pleaded guilty in diaper fetish human trafficking scheme breaks silence. I feel like that title could use some punctuation.
I think it just could use some work. Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of adjectives.
There's a lot of hot words in there, so I get it.
Fetish.
Diaper. Human trafficking. Scheme. Break silence. They just took like all those catchphrases.
Victim.
You know, we know you love the victims.
I am a victim of this article. This comes to us from WDSU.com. That's the local news.
Babe,
6.
Your headset.
Oh, sorry. That's the local news there in New Orleans. New Orleans. A victim of a man who pleaded guilty to human trafficking charges in connections with a diaper fetish scheme has broken her silence.
Broken her silence.
Well, she's the victim.
Victim of a man. Got it.
Yes.
Sorry.
Rutledge Dees pleaded guilty. What a name.
Dees. No, sorry.
Rutledge Dees, dirty diapers in your face.
I like these nuts a little bit better, but that'll work.
I'm just trying to make it relevant. Pleaded guilty to faking being mentally disabled to get unsuspecting women to change his diapers.
I like this one already.
I think I heard about this.
I did not originally hear about this.
Yeah, there was a guy who was calling, and I don't know if it's the same guy or maybe this is like, there's billions of people in the world. There's probably 2 of them. There was a guy who was calling nurses, like in-home nurses, as like a guardian of somebody who is mentally challenged and hiring these nurses to come over to the house and take care of him. It was just him. They would come over. He would act mentally challenged. He would act totally R-worded, and they would come in, and then he would, like shit in his pants, and then they would have to like wipe his ass and stuff, and he'd totally get a fucking boner.
I really wish that you liked Portlandia because they have this skit where Fred Armisen. Wait, no, that's Broad City. Never mind. Broad City. Remember, I showed you that show. It's two girls on Comedy Central, and there's like a curly-haired Jew, and everybody says that I'm her, and I remind. Okay.
You think you're a Jew now?
There's this character in the show called Broad City, and there's this girl, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you are so Alana, that's so you," and everybody always says that, and she's the curly-headed Jew. They're both Jewish in the show. I've showed you the show a couple times. I think it was like in the very beginning when we were dating. Anyway, you liked it. It was really funny, and they do this skit where Fred Armisen calls them over, and they're like trying to make money to go like buy booze or something stupid. And on Craigslist, so they like show up at his house, and they're supposed to just be cleaning, but it's just Fred Armisen and nothing but a giant diaper, and he's like, "I'm a baby, I can't do anything," and he like wants them to take off their shirt and like clean and stuff, and at the end they're like, "All right, dude, this is fucked up," and they go to leave, and the scene ends where the phone rings, and Fred Armisen pulls his cell phone out of his diaper after like talking like a baby and making him do all the shit. He's like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" Like, and acts all professional.
What happened? That's what happened. What just happened there? Oh, I just wanted to.
Yes, yes, dude, it's so good.
This guy. So this is basically the guy that we're dealing with right here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here, one of the victims spoke out exclusively with WDSU about her experience. Dees will not serve jail time, only probation after his admission of guilt and plea. At least one of his.
Interesting.
I mean, he's not really hurting anybody. I mean, yeah, it is. It's sexual abuse, 100%. But that's the worst of what he's doing, because he was totally getting a boner when they were wiping his ass. At least, but now he's accused of human trafficking. I want to hear how that plays in. At least one of his victims has little faith in him sticking to the terms of his probation. I think there is definitely something wrong if he thinks it's all right for someone to change his diaper is good, the woman said. She asked not to be identified. The crimes happened uptown where Dees lives, near Ferret. Cool name. When he was arrested, officers found boxes of diapers in his apartment. The victim said she couldn't believe what had happened. It was disgusting. None of the victims knew they were being duped, and all believed Dees was mentally disabled, according to the victim.
I really want to see his role playing.
Do you want to just look him up? Rutledge. Here, let me...
No, I'm just like, I'm thinking about what I mean, that's like a lot of commitment. To just sit there and act totally talked.
Yeah. We can't use talked. It's not ours. It's not our word. Wait.
Retarded.
Wow, babe. What if that's like, it's not okay. I type in Rutledge D, and it's I wouldn't be able to tell you. It doesn't seem like Rutledge D's, right?
Yeah, DEAS.
Oh, there he is. That's
put him up there. Put him up there.
Not too hard for this man to act.
Oh my
act
God!
R-worded. Really not hard for him. Look at him.
Ew! To be a disabled teen, that is fucked up, and that's disgusting.
I'm gonna change my diaper. I pooped.
That's what I mean. I want to know his role playing. Like, I want to know what route he took.
What if he's like, he doesn't even act?
Ew! There's a diaper.
Yeah, there is a...
Dude, I'd be pissed. I would want way more than probation for that shit. That's fucking disgusting.
Well,
I'm not saying he should have like 10 years in prison or anything, but to just like...
He should have to go to a nursing home and change diapers.
Way worse than that. No, he's obviously into that. I don't know if he'd mind.
I don't know if he's into changing other people's diapers. I don't know if you know anything about the Dom sub R-worded world, but it's, you know...
Probably not, because I think we know what role I would play in that.
Wipe my butt plug.
I'd be like, okay.
There we go. Check this out. I just want to get back up to our article here. Actually, you know what? Let's leave our good friend's face up. Face up with him, Mr. D.
I really want to continue with this article.
Yeah, let's continue. This is a good article, huh? The crime happened uptime. The victim said she couldn't believe it was disgusting. None of the victims knew they were being duped. Dees was initially charged with sexual battery, but those charges were later dropped.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, why would they drop? The victims, he must have a dope lawyer.
Lawyer, or what they're asking to be, charged with.
The victims who Dees found on an app for care agreed. What is it? It's like Tinder for what the fuck?
There's care apps and stuff. That's how you find like babysitters and stuff like that. Yeah. So he must have really went to this website and created a whole need a babysitter. Whole resume.
Please have a babysitter. Agreed to the deal where the 30-year-old does 5 years probation with numerous restrictions. He isn't allowed to have any social media. It must go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and see a counselor, according to the plea agreement. The victim said she is hoping for the best. Hopefully he follows through with that, the woman said. I don't believe that he will because 5 years is a long time. I hope he can make himself better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more into the route of like the rehabilitation. I get that as opposed to just like locking people up. Mm-hmm. But that dude needs more than AA.
Yeah, he needs...
I think you would be more pissed if you had to like change his diaper.
Change his own diaper?
If you had to change his diaper.
Oh, yeah, for sure I would be. Of course I'd be pissed if I was one. But also not so much because I'm already changing diapers like that on the regular and getting paid for it. Like literally they didn't know they were being duped because it's what they're doing that all the time.
Yeah, but like that's like when I went to school to be a CNA and stuff, and then you have to like practice how to like wipe people's vaginas and buttholes. You have to like wrap the washcloth around, do this, and you go around, and down, and you roll them over and all this stuff. There is something way different about changing an adorable baby's diaper,
right?
Even though they're horrific, than some fucked up meth
but I mean, these
looking...
people, right? But what I'm saying is, those nurses were in that kind of like they were going to people who were mentally, for mentally challenged people, like adults, and changing their diapers.
Yeah, I see.
The only difference is when they were changing this guy's diaper, he was getting hard, which also that didn't set off any alarms because I guess a lot of adults that they're out there changing diapers.
That's like the TikTok I sent you the other day. Do you watch those when I send them to you?
I do, but I don't remember you sending me one that
I did.
relates at all to wiping a grown man's ass and him getting
it does because it's about this girl who asks they like do the thing where they're like, TikTok, why does my boyfriend take forever to take a shit? He's like, because every time we take a shit in the morning, we get a boner. And we're sitting in there trying to figure out how to not get this boner so you don't think we come out and we're doing this, that, or the other. But every single man in the morning when he wakes up and he goes to take a shit, because your prostate is being affected, touched, you get a boner.
I don't.
If TikTok says it, it's true.
No, right? I'm sure there are a lot of men. I don't even think when I was younger, going through puberty, I would get bones when I was sitting on the can.
But it makes sense, though, because...
I mean, it does.
Who doesn't love a Blumpkin, you know?
Who doesn't? I mean, you know. I know. I don't know anybody.
And now, another word from our sponsors. This episode of Road Soda is brought to you by Martha's Nurse Services.
I'm Martha, owner of Martha's In-Home Care. I'm doing air quotes. I'm your regular in-home nurse, ready to do nurse stuff. Air quotes again. I take blood pressure, change your clothes, give sponge baths, give you your meds, and of course I change diapers. And I don't care who you are or what your ailments are. Air quote. You get it by now. So if little old Martha wiping shit off your ass gives you a boner, all in a day's work. In fact, I don't remember a day when I didn't see a Hart Johnson. You do what you gotta do, honey. Martha's got her money, she's happy. Maybe you're a Christopher Reeves, or have the Downs. Or maybe you like acting like you have the Downs, in which case, you're probably more sick than the other two. And you truly need Martha's 5 stars service. These poor malls. Call for prices. Martha's Nurse Services.
All right, this just in. Here's the next news article. Kristie, would you please shut up and read this one?
Your only caption is "this just in"?
Yeah, that's it. This just in.
Police shut down Christmas mall kiosk after intoxicated Santa, Mrs. Claus, and Elf had a threesome in public. Please pull up the picture of these people. Yes. Yes.
Where's it happen?
Fuck you.
What?
An Ohio Christmas mall kiosk was shut down by police this week after 3 people are fucking each other in public. Zanesville. It's about an hour outside of Columbus.
Real close to where you are.
It really is.
Too bad you missed it.
It's halfway in between Columbus and like where my mom grew up and the bunch of hillbillies. Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Zanesville police intervened after several complaints of shoppers alleged that inappropriate sexual behavior was taking place. These are great names. Elmer Hines, 73, Jeanette Weaver, 62, and Elliot McCannister, 43, were found intoxicated and in possession of crack cocaine, crystal meth, marijuana, and alcohol before being arrested by Zanesville police.
That's a party.
Miss Claus was sitting on Santa's lap, moaning and groaning while he had his pants down and while we waited in line. Oh my God. Is this like the kiosk to get your picture taken or something?
I hope.
Why are people waiting? What else are you waiting?
Why is this line taking so long? Oh.
The elf started masturbating under his trousers and fondling Mrs. Claus's breasts, as well as fresh kissing Santa Claus at the same time.
Can they just say kissing?
I mean,
it's none of this. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
yes.
Ah.
One shopper also snapped pictures of Elliot McCannister dressed as an elf and partaking in anal sex with one of the plastic reindeers.
Ooh, partaking. As if that reindeer
right.
was like, do you want to? I was going to anyway. Do you want to?
What they were doing was extremely offensive, but I'd been waiting in line for over an hour, and my 4-year-old daughter would have never forgiven me if we had left. She was so eager to meet Santa Claus.
She would have
So
gotten
what's the
over
point? Like to just sit there and wait until they're done and then be like, all right, shit on Santa's lap. Let's
Santa,
get this picture.
Can you wrap it up, Santa?
Oh my God.
Line's getting pretty long.
Colony Square Mall administrators have since instated a no alcohol policy for future employees at the Christmas Mall kiosk to prevent further incidents, said officials. So, that is amazing.
Crazy article. So,
like, I would be pissed if that happened in general, but could you imagine walking up on the 3 of them? So this guy is butt fucking the reindeer.
Which one do you think is Santa?
And jerking. I fucking hate you.
What? I'm just asking which one do you think Santa Claus is?
The middle one.
You're right. It's 2020, baby. So here's the deal.
Santa has no gender.
So when I saw this article, I went to the comments that was attached to it. It's not on this site. It was a link from another site. I went to the comments because as soon as, so what I do is I read the title, I open it, and this is what I look at. I don't go down. I just see if there's like a picture. I look at the picture, I read the title, and then I get a feel for it, right? I saw the pictures. I read the title. I immediately went to the comments. Fake news.
No.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to spoil that for everybody?
Well, because I just don't want people to run around thinking that this really happened.
I do.
I know.
No,
not
that's
to say that it couldn't happen, but this, it's from a
real.
website that does. Yeah, this is from the World News Daily Report. I don't know if this is. I think this site is like an Onion type of site. But I went through and started looking at it, and they're like, yeah, you can scroll down. There's more articles. They're all really flipping outrageous, and they're all fake. Which, I mean, there's nothing about it that screams fake, to be honest. That's why it's so
because it even
difficult.
has a picture of the police. Zanesville police were forced to intervene after the intoxicated trio took part.
I mean, I can Google picture of cop at podium.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
How do you get that? That's crazy.
With Google.
You can do that?
I can Google type
Fuck
it.
you.
I can Google type it. I just thought it was still a fun article. And I wanted to see you
I
get,
do agree, and I also really appreciate the choice of Zanesville.
Yeah, and also that sold it for me because I was like, Ohio.
That meant something to you.
I was like, I'm putting it in there anyway. Oh, it means something to me.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
You know what? For us, for Road Soda, it's real. Next article, get your fucking asses ready. Maybe I shouldn't. Am I allowed? Can I curse? It's my show. It's our show.
We're worried about cursing at this point.
Yeah, I know, right? I just don't know anything about this. Here we go. Tensions have run high for too long. Is this next article? How's that?
Lame.
Lame.
Yeah.
Boy Scouts of America accuse Girl Scouts of starting war. It's come to us from BBC News.
And this is what BBC calls news.
I know, right? Where's the 3-0? Where's the crack? Where's the fucking meth? Come on, BBC.
Where's the anal?
Where's the reindeer anal? A recruitment drive by the Boy Scouts of America is proving highly damaging to the Girl Scouts. What? Why? Lawyers act, but it doesn't make any sense. How is it affecting the Girl Scouts? Lawyers acting for the later organizations say. Yeah, that's
the
about
latter.
that's about latter. Later.
I love you.
Hosen. The infringement meant many parents mistakenly signed their daughters up for the Boy Scouts, and they knew what they were doing.
Well, they thought it was the Girl Scouts.
How does the Boy Scouts knowingly do that and like dupe people into doing that?
The Boy Scouts dropped the word boy from its recruitment program and opened up to female members in 2018.
Whoa! So just the Scouts. You want some of that girl shit? You want to be a salesman for some kind of Ponzi scheme, or when you come over here to learn how to fish?
So then what happens? Do the boys have to wear the little brown skirts and the knee highs? Because I was in Girl Scouts and I had the head to toe decked out outfit. The vest, I had my patches, I had my undershirt, I had my brown skirt, my knee high socks with little fringe tassels hanging off the side. So who wears what? Or do all the girls now have to wear like the blue Boy Scouts uniform?
Yeah, when they're in the Boy Scouts.
This is the Scouts.
This is the Scouts, yeah. With that's the thing. The Girl Scouts still exist, but the Boy Scouts dropped boy and are like, fucking get them in here. Scouting. You want to be a scout? It's very progressive.
Fuck 2020. We should have watched Death to 2020 for the moment.
We should have watched that. I'm just over it.
I am too. I thought about that too because I really wanted
That's
to
why I
watch it,
didn't
and then I'm
want
like,
it. Yeah, I'm over
why
it.
bring? Yeah.
It's like all you see is like every other post on Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere you go that there can be a post. It's people whining and bitching about the year. It's like, how about, what if you suck? What about
Touché.
that? What if you sucked? Because I mean, what it was.
I mean, it's a
2019.
shitty year, but it was like I had a really
Sure.
great year.
Yeah,
like
you're
shitty
right.
things happened.
It's a very shitty year. A lot of shitty things happened, and I don't want to say that in a way that sort of demeans any of that or belittles, sort of makes smaller of the actual situation, because it's bad, and it's bad for a lot of people, small businesses,
Right.
family members, older people, fucking bad, right?
Yeah, that was a
by
very
and large,
privileged thing for me to say.
but by and large, you know, in a lot of people's personal lives, most of the effect came from just sheer fear of the year, and like them, because they were being told, hey, everything sucks, they would really just lean into it and be like, well, it all fucking sucks.
Yeah, I bet you
know?
there's like, other than like all the personal stories people post and write
Yeah.
about like
I'm not saying there's no shortage of actual things that are affecting
Actual
people.
shit.
Actual shit. But I think there's also a very large number of people who they didn't lose their jobs. Nothing really changed in their lives other than now every time they go on social media, everyone's telling that 2020 sucks and you gotta be afraid. And so they stopped like giving a shit about their bodies. They stopped going to the fucking gym. They stopped just caring about it. They're just depressed and they whine and they blame it on the year. And
well, what do you blame it on when you do that?
you. Alrighty. This next article.
Yeah, I don't even want to fuck it. This article goes on for fucking ever.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're not reading it. The most elaborate scheme to getting out of writing thank you cards award goes
I was
to
still reading. Wait, where are you at? I was
the next article. That's the headline for the next article.
What is it?
The most elaborate scheme for getting out of writing thank you cards award goes to. Please take it away.
CBS frets too many thank you emails contributing to global warming. I don't even understand.
Please continue.
A recent CBS This Morning segment insisted that too many emails, little messages such as thank you and got it would contribute to global warming.
Warning.
Did I say that?
Global warning, guys. Hey, it's a globe. Watch out.
Speaking on Wednesday, correspondent Mark Phillips attempted to downplay the fact that COVID-19 would lead to a decrease in global carbon.
Carmen.
I'm sounding like you. Carbon emissions. He focuses on how emails could offset the saved carbon emissions from less flying, driving, and commuting as a result of COVID-19 lockdowns. I'm still not understanding any of this. Phillips, however, emphasizes that humans ought to hold the smugness. Working from home is not cost-free, and the more of us who do it, the more environmentally expensive it becomes.
You know, because you're not driving as much, and you're not...
Isn't that a good thing?
I don't know. That was being facetious.
No, but I don't understand.
Phillips, where are you, actually? Hold the smugness. Phillips even slams little texts, such as thank you and got it.
Every email and text, especially the unnecessary little ones, every thank you, every got it, every time we hit send or download or stream or Zoom, they all require power. Somewhere, massive banks of computers are storing and processing that data, sucking up enormous amounts of electrical energy to do it. The cloud doesn't so much have a silver lining as a carbon one. Dude, you can't fucking win. This is 2020. Everybody's offended. Everything you do is wrong. You drive in your car, you're killing the planet. You send in an email, you're killing the planet.
Just look at this guy. All this guy is, he's sick. His wife finally got an iPhone. She finally learned how to text, and he's over it. And he's like, you know what? No texting. No thank you. I don't need to text you thank you. I'm saving the world. You're welcome.
He looks angry.
He looks like he's over a lot of stuff. But also, this is... I don't even have the words to really describe, like, you're pointing yourself in such a stupid direction. Like, you're putting so much brain power and, like, writing and whatever platform this jackass with the glasses has. It's like, dude, point it towards something else. Like that, it just seems so... Like, that's what's doing it. So you're telling me sending a text...
I'd like to continue.
So you're telling me sending a text is more damaging to the environment than driving a car? That's not... Like, yeah, I get it, but, like, there's so many levels where you send that text, there's so many levels it has to go through to where it actually affects the environment. Because, like, right here, it's on a battery. That's not affecting the environment. It only was affected when I hooked it onto a charger, and it charged it from the wall, which had to go back to a fucking facility, and then maybe they burned some coal. But do you know how much it took to charge this? Like, what it did?
I think in the next paragraph he explains that.
Please. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Let's do it.
I value your feelings. And I feel
it doesn't feel like you do, but...
Good. Now that you know. Think about it. Every email we send not only requires electricity to write as it travels across the internet and gets stored and transferred from one mega server to another, gobbling up energy along the way. Then, if it gets read, it sucks up even more power. An email may use just 5% of the power needed to deliver a paper letter, but we send and receive gazillions of them. Someone here has actually done the math and figured that if everyone in Britain sent one less thank you email a day, the carbon saving would be like taking about 3,500 cars off the road. It's a rough calculation, but the principle is accurate. That is surprising.
I think...
But it's just like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I think it's bullshit. I really think so. So he says it's a rough calculation, but so in principle, yeah, but it would be so easy to add or take away from one of the variables. Because how do you measure that? Like, there's no accurate way to measure it. Just to truly measure if everyone. First of all, how many are we all sending? How many people are actually sending thank you? I didn't send any thank yous emails today. So that's where you have to start.
One
how many
texted you, nice dick, I love you. That was the
right.
talks.
So let's stick directly to what he's saying. So if everyone in England sent one last thank you, first of all, how do they know how many people are sending thank you? They can't say the whole fucking country because the whole country is not sending a thank you email every day. Most people aren't on like some old housewife who just doesn't even like get on a computer. And if it is, it's just to like play mahjong or some shit. Like that. But there's a business guy who's sending a couple every day, or 2, 3. Maybe there's a business guy sending 10.
Well, don't you have access to all those transcripts anyways? You can go back and can contact phone companies and see
right, but
what's been exchanged. So wouldn't they have access to that?
No, you couldn't. This guy running these calculations would have to access computers or like private, what are they called? Servers. He would have to access private servers that are owned by most companies. Like we own our own servers because we're a massive company and we got to save a lot of data. So they have their own small little servers and all that stuff is saved on their servers. So he would have to go to their server and be like, I just want to read all your emails to see which ones people just say thank you. It's to even calculate it is so, to try to calculate it and then to try to calculate how much energy it's actually taking. I don't think this guy understands how small, or anybody calculating this shit understands all the data that it takes to send thank you saved on a server. He's like, it's got to be saved on servers. This guy does not comprehend how much memory, or how small it is, how efficient, and like how efficient we are with memory right now. Like they could fit 200 gigs in my thumbnail, and the words thank you being saved on these servers. Like, I don't think you understand, like trillions. We're talking about trillions and trillions of thank yous.
Gazillions.
Do you think he...
Did you just shush me?
No, I said, do you think he generally said gazillions? Like, he was like...
It's quoted.
He said gazillions, but you think he meant the number gazillion? Or was he just like, oh, gazillions? Because I don't think gazillion's a thing.
I think...
Where was it? Oh, so where do you say the gazillion?
I think we get that you think CBS This Morning is full of shit because
I don't think CBS is. I don't think the National Pulse or CBS, whoever wrote this, I don't think they're wrong. They just want a story. And this is like clickbait fucking awesome story.
Yeah.
Just like you said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But they go to this jackass who's literally making shit up. They don't know as the writers. They're just like, do you know this stuff? And the guy's like, look at my fucking glasses. Of course I know this shit. And I got a computer with this weird lamp set up here. Of course I know this stuff. And they're like, good enough for me. Let's write it down. And then they just put it out because they don't really give a shit. They literally posted this on the internet. The guy's like, they come to this fucking jackass and he's like, don't send thank you, less screens, because it's fucking, don't send thank you and whatnot. And they're like, cool, we're going to post this on our website. Do you want to like send this to your friends so they can see it? So we're just trying to post a story to get as many views as we can. He's like, get this angle. It's just so, this guy is... He's the worst. I don't know. I just had to stare at his face. He's the worst.
Who's Mark Phillips?
Mark Phillips, the guy that wrote this? Or sorry, the guy in that picture?
Yeah.
Look him up, yeah. I bet you...
Who's Mark Phillips?
I bet you 10... They don't even say... It just says correspondent Mark Phillips. Who correspondent of what? It's not PhD. It's not Dr. Mark Phillips. It's not of the blank institute. It's a correspondent to what? To what are you corresponding to? Just... Fucking look at my glasses, man. Wow. I know this stuff. Quit asking questions. I crunched the numbers. Look, and he basically said, I know a guy who crunched the numbers. He didn't give a name. He didn't say how they did it. Nothing. He's like, fucking some guy crunched the numbers. I know a guy who did it.
Mark Phillips is just a Canadian television journalist and currently the senior foreign correspondent based in London for more than 2 decades. So he's a journalist.
I think this guy is literally just over sending thank yous to people. I think he just doesn't want to do it. It's the only way I can wrap my... He's just like fucking over it.
Hey, that's not Mark Phillips.
Is that the same guy?
No.
My gosh, where was that? Someone here has actually done the math. Someone who? Point him out. Who is it? Who did it? I don't know. He's not here today. I don't know, but this... he works from home.
Mark Phillips CBS is not the picture of the guy in
This is the National Pulse. CBS This Morning. That's just like the photo.
It just doesn't look like it. Keeps saying Phillips said. Mark Phillips said, and then if you Google Mark Phillips, it's not the glasses guy.
No, yeah, Mark Phillips is too simple of a name. That's why I was looking for like of the National Institute of Energy Research or some fucking thing. But he's like, no, I fucking. Just hate sending thank yous.
Baby, you're doing that thing where your face is turning really red and it's really scrunched up and you look angry and scary and you've gone off.
It's not to you. It's to this guy.
No, I know.
The people want it. Next article. Let's see if this cheers me up.
Yikes.
What? You don't think we're having a good time, babe?
I'm having a blast.
You don't think we're having a good fucking time? I think you'll like this next one.
I was actually probably
hoping,
a lie.
I was actually hoping I put it in here because I wasn't sure if I did. And then, so I'm very happy that I did. I said, Throw Them Away presents. I don't know why I said that. Doesn't make any sense. Usually it's some kind of joke I can understand. Maybe you should think twice about saving that Chick-fil-A sauce packet. Anything?
Packets of Chick-fil-A sauce may explode if held for a period of time. Who the fuck has done this research? Seriously, these fucking idiots. This is fake news. This is ridiculous. How do they know? Oh, who is it? Who says that they're going to explode? Have you hold thousands of them? Is that how you know? It's fucking bullshit. It's not true.
She's just angry because she has a bunch of Polynesian sauces in the butter cabinet.
No, I don't.
Okay, so what? No, they're Chick-fil-A sauces. They're not
There might be
Polynesian.
like 2 Chick-fil-A sauces, and those are from forever ago.
There's more than 2. More than 2. It's been said, and also thanks for stealing my fucking article. It's been said that the sauces makes the dish, and many Chick-fil-A...
Says who?
You fucking know it does.
Who?
Says you. You've
Who?
had a Chick-fil-A.
Mark Phillips? Give me a fucking
So wait,
break.
Kristie, this just in. Kristie now hates sauces. I thought she was the sauce bitch or something like that. I don't know. Weird stuff happening out here, folks.
It's a Midwestern
2020.
thing.
Chick-fil-A fans will agree that the little sauce packet is an integral part of their meal.
The most important part. If you forget the sauce, just go fuck yourself. I don't want it.
Here
I've told
it
you that
comes.
before. If you're gonna buy me the nuggets and like you forget the sauce, I'm not gonna be mad, but like I won't eat the nuggets.
And I also won't talk to you. This is so much so that they'll go to great lengths to get extras to take home.
Oh, really? Where are they getting this information from? They just make it up and put it on as the
They
news.
got it from your fucking journal, your live journal. Oh. A report by MASH suggests that for those who have designated sauce packet drawer, it may be a good idea to do some downsizing of your stash. To be specific, MASH said you need to let go of those coveted packets of Chick-fil-A's Polynesian sauce.
I don't have the Polynesian sauce because I don't like the Polynesian
Polynesian
sauce.
sauce is extremely popular. MASH cited the Chick-fil-A website, which said the sauce's delicious sweet and sour flavor is a favorite of folks on the U.S. East Coast. So if you're wondering how you could possibly part with those packets of delicious, MASH suggests you consider a fatal flaw. Discover by fucking hey, this is taking forever. There's an exploding sauce problem.
How do they know?
How do they know?
That's
we're
fake
about
news.
to find out.
No, they're just making shit up. There's nobody here. What is it, Dr. Mark Phillips?
They cited users on Reddit who said that when they're stockpiled Chick-fil-A's Polynesian sauce, the tasty condiment has eaten right through the packet, resulting in a sticky.
Oh,
wait,
so
that's not an explosion. That's a fucking chemical burn. That is a chemical problem. It seems others around the country are experiencing the same exploding sauce packet problem.
Says who? They just say this. Find some guys like, yeah, man, my sauce is exploding, and then they post it.
Did you like that other article or something? Is that what this is?
No.
I'm just wondering if like you were like, I really liked what that guy was saying. I really liked that he was.
I thought it was something to think about. I mean, I don't feel like I knew enough to be like,
right.
This person on CBS is
talking bullshit.
That.
But
I do understand the way the news works.
Yeah, it's a fear-mongering article, and I don't think it's healthy. It's also very fucked up when something like that goes on the internet. It's complete bogus nothing, right? Like there's 10 billion ways to cut back on power. Texting is not like the first 20.
I mean, it
right?
kind of makes sense that like if
Yes,
people are doing it all the fucking time.
Babe, yeah, you're right. People are doing it all the time, but there's a lot more energy being taken by so many other things. Just please hear me out, okay? It's And there's nothing you can do to. We're only adding more electricity. There's more things are running on electricity. We got everything we buy is fucking more electricity. The texts. How about why didn't he say if fucking everybody stopped watching porn for a day, the earth would fucking just clear up like that, right? There's 10 million, even texting, like there's 10 million other things that you use your phone for that would be before it got to that point. And it's not, I don't think it sucks that they just put this shit out there and you're like, it's something to think about. No, it made you feel unnecessarily uncomfortable or think unnecessarily about something that you're doing every day, or like think twice about it and have this fear that having this guilt, like, oh, I'm sending a text and I'm feeling like a little guilty. Maybe you're not going to feel like that. Like when we walk out of here, you're not thinking about it anymore, but someone definitely read that article. And from now on, every time they text, they're like, they feel guilty and shitty, and they shouldn't feel guilty and shitty. And it's stupid that this guy just, there's too many variables. There's too many things to say definitively. And the guy is clearly not an expert. He's a fucking journalist of something. He's just like, he's over sending thank yous. I mean, that's a joke aspect. He might be, I don't know. But they just put this article out and people read it and people are like, I feel really shitty now. I'm feeling shitty. And that sucks. That's awful. And so I'm coming in with the insight to anybody that might have also saw it. You think people don't read things like that with a critical eye. They just read it and you're like, oh my God, texts are bad, I guess. Holy shit. Hey, did you hear? Texts are bad now. It's killing the earth if I text. Shit. Or you can look at it critically and be like,
apparently
this is all
so
bullshit.
are Chick-fil-A packets.
This is an important breaking report.
Hi, I'm Mark Phillips. I know everyone is still trying to come to grips with the fact that every little text you send kills a panda. But I'm sorry to say, I have some worse news. Saying meaningless phrases in conversation like, it is what it is, and that being said, is causing immense harm to our society. Every time, not for nothing, is uttered, 10 innocent children are sodomized. You heard me correctly. It's an awful, horrible truth, but we have the power to protect our youth. Sayings like, just saying, might seem harmless, but they're not. No sooner the words leave your lips do 10 children get penises in their butts. I heard some people talking about a guy who crunched the numbers and came up with some very disturbing statistics. If everyone stopped saying, to make a long story short, for just 1 hour on a Tuesday, 56 million children will be spared from traumatic physical abuse. It was a quick calculation, but that's pretty not far off the number. It is shocking, but we can protect our children. So the next time you're about to waste your breath in someone else's precious time by saying, stop. Because if you do, you are directly responsible for child rape.
I was just making fun of you for how passionate you were about the article, but I see now that that was a very poor joke because we got right back into the same spiral.
I doubled down on it.
I was just making fun of you.
Was my face red again?
Yeah, reading and yelling about you knowing the truth and these articles being lies, and I was just poking fun so you saw how
I took it personally,
how silly it was.
I felt you kind of took it personally when I was doing it because I felt like maybe you thought I was like,
no, I don't give a shit about the article. I hate the news. I don't trust the news. You were getting so worked up.
I did get worked up.
It was a Chick-fil-A article, and I thought I could make fun of you.
But I was trying to make fun of you with the Chick-fil-A article. That's why I chose it, because you say the packets.
Honestly, I was going to come clean about something when we started this article.
You had Chick-fil-A today, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I remember in the very, very, very beginning of this beautiful love story that you expressed an immense amount of disdain for those who save packets and sauces from restaurants.
So you cleared out your drawer?
So for the past almost 32 years of my life, there has been a drawer in my refrigerator. At the bottom, it's solely designated for leftover packets. And then I met you, and then I pretended that I don't do that. I definitely don't save sauces. Definitely not McDonald's picante sauce. Definitely not the Chinese packets. Definitely not Taco Bell sauces. Definitely not. No way. So I don't have that anymore. And then sometimes, and I'm like, ooh, that sauce is good. I put just like 2 little packets right up in the top.
I think that's okay.
And then I never use them. I throw them away because I think they get old,
Right.
and it's
And
weird.
you don't even use the massive
And
one.
the
It's like you
majority of
get
the
'em-
time, if I make
yeah.
Chick-fil-A sauce, I like make it. It's like the easiest thing to make. You just don't
Right.
fancy sauce.
That's how I like to make
I'm
it.
really sorry I laughed at your passions.
No, you're allowed to laugh. It's okay.
I think it was mocking.
You were mocking me. But it's okay. I get it. You were sticking up for the glasses fuck, and I get it.
I was also wondering when you were going to show everybody how cool you look with the glasses that you brought, that you look cool in when you wear. I don't know. Were you just... Do you want to...
know what?
No, go ahead. I feel like this really goes with your passion right now. God, you look ready to work out.
I do. Are both these lenses in here? I didn't want to put them on because they look like that guy's glasses.
This was way before that article. I was going to make a joke before we left the house and be like, babe, don't forget to show everybody the glasses so you look super cool. And then we went outside before we left and I saw them clipped to your
That's
shirt.
why I brought them. That's why I brought them, babe. I was like, I can't leave that. That's such a large piece of road soda in our recent history. So I had to bring them so that everyone could see. I thought I was gonna put them on in the intro, but I don't know if there'll be a video for the intro. So
Why wouldn't there be?
Because it couldn't work as a standalone thing. Some people, right? Some people. One more article. Can we please just wrap this shit up before my computer fries?
Somebody says that they keep the Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce on deck in their purse in case of emergencies. Exploded today. In case of, I appreciate that.
In case of emergency.
Yes.
All right. Do you want some Polynesian sauce?
This is a
I
really
feel like
long...
if that guy had Polynesian sauce in his pocket, you'd be fucking weirded out. But some like girl with like some hot bitch with a purse pulled out Polynesian sauce, and you're like, oh, that's cool. But if the guy's like, you want some Polynesian sauce? And he pulls it out.
That's
of
not
his
true. I'd
pocket.
respect it. Yeah, that's like the picture of the guy that has the bottle of Tabasco in his holster.
Well, that guy's got like a whole thing. This guy's got pockets. Hey, can I watch you open it?
Oh, like a diaper?
Like a packet of sauce. This last article and a rebuttal. Do you have it up?
Yes.
Can you start reading it?
Girl Scouts rebuke Boy Scouts in escalating recruitment war.
Oh, the fucking feud of the century,
Nobody
babe.
gives a fuck.
You thought Tupac and Biggie, you think that was a feud?
I love you.
Nah.
Thought the Jews and the Nazis.
You think that was a feud?
I feel like that's more comfortable for you.
Comfortable, yeah. That's what I thought.
The Jews and the Nazis
Yeah, comfort. That's what I think of.
is a more comfortable metaphor for you as opposed to Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah. Tupac and Biggie was like, some like turf war kind of stuff. Not genocide.
Name a Tupac and a Biggie song.
And they never had a song together.
I'll wait. One from either of them.
I'm freezing up, but I'm very familiar with Biggie's stuff.
No, I just thought it would be a more comfortable.
Are you trying to?
Because you are a Jew.
Are you trying to get out of reading the article?
And I'm a chocolate lover.
Are you trying to get out of reading the article?
The Girl Scouts are in a highly damaging recruitment war with the Boy Scouts after the latter opened its core services to girls, leading to marketplace confusion and some girls unwittingly joining the Boy Scouts. Lawyers for the century-old Girl Scouts organization claim in court papers.
I just picture like girls like doing push-ups and they're like, are there gonna be cookies? Are we gonna sell the cookies?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
this ain't the Girl Scouts.
we never like got to learn how to like go out and camp and start a fire and do
Yeah.
cool shit like that. We just learned how to like bake cookies and be bitches.
Yep.
Sell cookies and be bitches.
It's crazy.
There wasn't like any, like I know we had like fun get-togethers and stuff where we're like color and make soft crafts, but like I get it.
Yeah.
I also cut my hair like a boy and only wear the boys' uniform to school, so I get it. They want to learn some cool tools.
And I think anybody, it should be open, and there should be a group that's not like the Girl Scouts, because what the Girl Scouts started and what it is today is like a bit different. Because it really did start as like, there's this really super bad bitch who was in World War II, I think, or maybe it was World War I, and she was like a nurse, and she like saved all these people's lives and just fucking
Want to make sure every girl knew how to clean a house and make a sandwich.
she just wanted to empower women and make them like have not, and it wasn't just that kind of housekeeping stuff. It was like all kinds of shit. It was almost like the Boy Scouts, like going out and camping and doing that kind of shit like that to make women empowered and not have to be so dependent on men. And now it's literally just like a giant fucking cookie Ponzi scheme. So I don't think it's a Ponzi scheme, but
Those cookies are delicious.
that's why it works. You know it. Those cookies sell themselves. If Girl Scouts don't even have to try, they just show up and go, "Who wants a Samoa?" Like, bitch,
Me, I want a doshi-do.
I'll get whatever you can hand me.
A judge reject claims that the Boy Scouts cannot use scouts and scouting in its recruitment of girls without infringing trademarks. This is a trial of trademark infringement.
Oh my god. So that's what I mean. That makes more sense because the lawyer was like, "These girls accidentally signed up." It's like, how about the girls probably didn't sign themselves up? It was probably the parents. So the parents are not reading into what they're doing for their kids. They're just fucking get out of my hair.
Yeah, it says it blames the Girl Scouts for reacting to its expansion plans with anger and alarm.
Yeah,
and then the Girl Scouts launched a ground war to spoil plans by the Boy Scouts to include more girls.
You're taking our free workforce. You're taking our child slave labor that we use to sell cookies as a non-profit organization, and we need better numbers next year than we had this year. We can't do that if more girls are fishing. Sorry, go ahead.
Dude, you are freaking me out today.
I was trying to crank it up because you made
because
of what happened earlier, and you were like, "You go cranked up." So I was just seeing how litty I could get.
Litty titty.
Yeah, go ahead, continue, please.
I'm scared.
Please, baby.
I quote, extraordinary and highly damaging to Girl Scouts, and I also quote, set off an explosion of confusion.
Confusion. Where am I? What is happening? Why don't I have sewing needles right now?
Yeah, I keep going into legal mumbo jumbo about.
Yeah, we don't care. This is from AP News, so this is a legit. The something press. What is it? AP, what does that stand for again? Associated Press. Whew. Greg knows stuff like that.
Dude, this is so long.
I know. Stop trying to read it. It's boring me. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to news. But how? Thank you. This'll next time on the news, we'll be here.
Does your dog have a shit name like Spot or Fluffy? Do you think your dog has a cool name, but in actuality it's kind of hack, like Gizmo or Cujo? Then bring your puppy down to Popcode Dog Namers, where we hand out only the best names for dogs. Our highly trained naming specialists will spend time with your canine to find the perfect name for your dog. Last week, we named an Italian Greyhound Pizza. Some people will say that name is hack, but we've never met a dog named Pizza, so take that. Just this morning, there was a happy customer who brought us a sad nameless dachshund and left with a happy doggo named Gravy. We don't just name dogs after foods. Even though we are waiting for the perfect puppy to be named Soup, we name dogs after all kinds of things. Our non-food dog names include Dick, Ralph, Hector, Jesus, Smack, Rolade, Newport, Prince, and Homer. All perfectly good dog names that are much better than anything you would ever think of. So next time you get a puppy, bring them down to Popcode Dog Namers and get a good name because you're not good at it. Popco Dog Namers. Millennial Book Club. Millennial Book Club.
Moose blunt cashmere is unlike any cashmere you can find anywhere. I mean, most people get cashmere in Arabia, but not moose blunt cashmere.
I thought it was a blunt made of cashmere.
Moose blunt cashmere?
Yeah.
Well, clearly you're uninformed.
What is it?
It's cashmere that comes from moose blunts.
What are blunts?
What are moose blunts?
Yeah.
It's a part of the moose it's only on male moose, right? It's not the dick, so don't be gross. But it's like the not the scrotum, it's the taint, basically. It's the technical term for a moose taint, right?
Okay, so it's cashmere made of moose taint.
Well, the actual it would be moose blunt.
So there's no blunt smoking.
Well, I mean, it's in Maine. It's legal. It's legal to smoke with marijuana.
To smoke moose taint?
I mean, if you really wanted to. I mean, you could smoke it in a smoker and eat it, but you'd be losing all that sweet moose blunt cashmere money. You know? This is the Millennial Book Club segment. Or this is just the Millennial Book Club. There's no books. There's no reading. It's just Netflix originals. Just watching fucking Netflix originals.
Just fucking watching Netflix.
Just fucking watching Netflix originals. Don't forget the original. This week, everybody was to watch The Ripper. The Ripper. Did you watch The Ripper?
Did I watch The Ripper?
Yeah, did you watch The Ripper?
We watched it together.
Oh, right.
I was a little too
Stony baloney.
Yes, a little too high.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get a lot from it still.
Did you? Check that out. And that's some new stuff right there.
Wow.
Yeah. There it is. Check it out. The Ripper. Let's read this. Oh no. We're having some technological differences. Investigators and witnesses recall the Yorkshire Ripper murders, which a cast and... Whoa. Sorry, babe. I'm learning to read for the first. Which cast a shadow over the north of England in the 1970s. No, because now it's over there.
Oh, it's not like a mirror. You
No.
can't see both. It's only one or the other.
Yeah, so I only put things up there that I want people to see. So because if we're making video too, so that if I put the video up there, it'll just be like one of those endless loops, like a mirror to mirror, and those weird bathrooms.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's about Jack the Ripper.
It's not about Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I thought they said it was Jack the Ripper.
No.
Yeah,
Jack the Ripper's from the 1800s, babe.
That's what I thought too, but they kept referring to it.
Well, name. So you were actually in the kitchen making food at the time when this happened, but so the way it's set up is you have the perspective of the cops, you have the perspective of the victims, and then you have the perspective of the media, which is a very interesting way, and it's everyone's little things that are going on. So obviously the media, the newspaper is like, we're trying to fucking move papers here.
So we're jumping right into our feelings about it. Okay.
What do you mean?
No, that was one of the things I was going to say is like one of my favorite parts is the way that it's shot is completely different. Yeah. I feel like most docuseries about shit like this is not being filmed or presented in the way that this one is.
Yeah, this one was a bit different. I'm just saying, I'm explaining this to explain where the Ripper came from. Mm-hmm. So it's generally in the same area that Jack the Ripper was in, and the newspapers are trying to sell paper. So when the first murder happened, the newspaper guy, like the editor or whatever, he's like, we call it a fish and chips murder, which meant that it would be in the newspaper on Monday, and then on Tuesday, that newspaper would be used to wrap someo's fish and chips.
Right.
They just don't give a shit.
I remember
about
they said that, yeah.
So then once it became multiple murders, they're like, we gotta fucking, we gotta, now it's like a serial killer and people are getting scared and we're gonna sell papers. So they used the name The Ripper because it's so close to the original Jack the Ripper, who was in the same area. His MO was very similar. He was killing prostitutes. He was fucking shanking them way too much.
He was moving it around. That's what they said he did. The interesting thing about his stab wounds is that he would put it in there and then turn it and move it around and stuff like that.
You got to make sure it works. You can't just...
Yeah, but most people don't do that. They just...
Most people don't stab, babe.
Well, yeah, but like if they do, they're not putting it in and then moving it around a bunch.
Well, maybe that's where they're messing up.
I'm just telling you what the movie said. I don't want to do this thing where we start talking about the Millennial Book Club and I tell you everything that I think and then you're like, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
I'm trying to make jokes and you're taking it way too seriously and that's on you.
Per usual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you stick a knife in, I mean, anybody can survive a... But if you really want to make it stick...
Some would argue.
If you want to make it stick, you gotta fucking twist the knife. There's a saying, you gotta twist the knife.
They do say that.
What?
Twist the knife.
Oh, yeah, they do. And it's a saying. It's a real saying. I've heard it.
But most people don't do that, is what they were saying in the documentary.
Yeah, and it's because, so they have one of the main people that they keep going back to. I don't remember any of these people's names. He was a professor, a forensic scientist professor at the time, and I guess helped out a lot in with the murders. But he was saying, he's like, yeah, most people, in these crimes, it's like a crime of passion, which means it's the heat of the moment. You're like fucking super pissed off and you just stab somebody a couple times.
Yeah, that's what.
It's the deliberate, like you were saying.
That's what he was saying. I didn't remember if he said the whole crime of passion thing, but he said that is the indicator that this person is like really deeply disturbed, is the fact that he does that. Because I feel like in a crime of passion is more like, that's the difference between, premeditated murder and not first degree murder and second degree murder.
Yeah.
Is having that planning. And so those crimes of passion are not premeditated murders. That's a second degree murder.
Yeah.
Not that I would know anything.
Not that I would know anything exactly about these murders.
No, but that's what I thought was really cool. I like that he said that. I like the way that they display it a lot because I'm usually not a big film or fan of British film. Like I don't. Yeah. I like India. There's some Indian movies I've seen that I like. It's not like I just like
Trainspotting
American
or some shit.
Whites or American Blacks.
Yeah.
But I usually don't get very into British humor or even some of.
Sorry. It's not that I don't get into British humor. I just slightly read a comment and I'll go back to it in a second. But I want to hear what you have to say first.
Do you?
Yeah. It's not like you get into the British humor.
Yeah, I don't really like. I usually there's British comedy, or even if there's some sort of drama series about murder or something, I'll try really, really hard. And it's weird because you just think that we're American, they're also white, so they're just like us. And then every time I watch film, I'm like, wow, our cultures are vastly different. You know what I mean? It's like the way it's portrayed is just, it just feels foreign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't really like it usually, but I really liked this one. I feel like they took all of the new age technology. Like when you watch docuseries about murders now, they're like forensics this, and they're going back and forth they don't show people these old clips of videos where these guys are like standing side by side and like combing the grass in their fucking penis hats and shit. You know what I mean?
I've got
like
one of those here in the house. Like a real one from like a real Englishman.
From a real murder?
Well, yeah, to murder the cop, take it.
But I really liked that.
Yeah, there was one clip where where they were doing that. They were all, lined up in a field where the murder happened, and that's how they combed the field to like check for evidence. And there was one guy that was just like fucking looking around. I'm like,
right, not doing shit.
Jesus, like, do they even give a shit?
But it just felt so much more grounded and realistic, and like what you would almost consider old school, even though I'm sure it's just the way it is, where like the way they were explaining the thought process of looking for this person or putting things together just felt so much more realistic. Yeah. As opposed to like watching fucking CSI or something.
Well, yeah.
But even in some of those docuseries, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm wording it right, but you know what I mean? Like everything seems so technological or quick, and nobody's talking about like their thought process of how what they're thinking as all this shit unfolds.
Well, I mean, it also, these murders also happened in the 70s, and forensic science, even right now, is still like, there's a lot of people who are like, there's so many holes. It's so
Right.
loose. It's not a science. It's not held to the same like, to even call it science. Like a lot of people would say it's like calling a turd chocolate.
Well,
But it's because it's not held to the same peer-reviewed standards.
Yeah.
There's no like experimentation. It's just like blood splatter is just a bunch of guys trying to like it's really kind of weird and messed up. But so back in the 70s, like it was even and also profiling, which was something that started, I believe it was like in the 50s with the FBI. Like there was a group, like there was like one guy basically who had like a department. It was just like him and a couple other guys, and they're the ones they're like the fathers of profiling. So it's like still really early and like really developing. So it is like it's much more like detective work.
yeah,
back
that's what I
then.
liked about it.
Yeah.
I feel like anything you watch now doesn't show that. They're more like, I mean, I guess it's different. They're like digging into the past of the criminal, or it's not portrayed in this way where like, I feel like they were really highlighting these detectives' thought process and
Yeah.
like why they were thinking the things they were, what they were going to do. And it just felt so much more grounded and real.
It seemed also like it was a lot of, I'm going to be honest, it was very slow for me, and it, probably because I'll tell you what, I was stony baloney.
Me too.
And I think it was a little too slow because there was times where I wasn't daydreaming, but I was so high, I was feeling things more. So when they like, it would show somebody and they're like, that was the time I realized that I was never going to see my mom again. And I'd start thinking about
Yeah,
that.
me
I'm
too,
like,
yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, I'm thinking about my mom like dying. And it's like,
Right. And it was one of those things where you're like, when you go to turn it on, I feel like whatever you and I were doing before was not like, ooh, I'm going to watch a murder
yeah, we were
docuseries.
cleaning.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't know, we were like having fun and doing shit. And then to make that major shift,
It was a left turn in mood for
It
sure.
really was.
We were like, ha 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 ha. And then it was like, hey, this guy fucking twisted the knife. And you're like,
Right. And then those girls getting all mad that they're calling them prostitutes and stuff.
what are they then?
Well, I thought she was like saying that she was getting mad because they were calling them that or saying that or like kind of assuming or just like paint this picture to get people to read the news. And also I thought she was kind of saying like it was a problem with the way that they were profiling.
Right.
To be like prostitutes, he hates prostitutes. So nobody cared about anything because it displayed them as like second class citizens until it was a 16-year-old girl.
Right.
Which isn't fair because everybody loves whores.
Everybody loves whores. Even if they say they don't.
They do.
They do. It felt to me like, because there's 3, we only watched the first one.
Right.
But it felt like to me in this first one, the cops, especially the one guy, with the fucking green yellow teeth.
Which one?
Yeah, I know. Like the bald guy that was like mostly pink looking. He was
Which
like
one? I feel like
he was a heavy bald guy. He was wearing a sweater vest. Mm-hmm. He's like he's on there the most. He was the first one introduced. He was on there. All right, cool. Jeez, you don't make this easy. But it was really like they were setting up the excuse. Like the whole first one was like, it felt like it was the cop's point of view was just explaining all the shortcomings. And it was like when somebody loses some football game. They're like, the sun was in my eyes and I didn't have the right breakfast that morning. And, my coach is yelling at me. It's like making fucking excuses. That's what the whole thing was. Like, yeah, well, the cops were all divided. We didn't really know who was who. And, these cops had a lot of money. I was a part of those cops, but, nobody knew where the money was coming from.
Right.
Which that bit of information also coupled with that lady that you were talking about, I feel like as we go into the next one, there's going to be this conspiracy sort of painted that the cops in a way had like some hand in it.
Or fucked it up? Or you mean like are a part of it?
Almost a part of it in a way. Or at least a part of like whether it's molding the story to like...
Excuse me.
Nice.
Thank you.
A way of molding the story to like really not only curb crime, but like put down prostitutes. Honestly, with the cops in that one area having all that money, they were probably like handling a prostitute ring. Like they were probably like being paid off or having some kind of hand on. I mean, why'd that one cop have the diary to one of the fucking with all her contacts and shit in it? Like, and then that's like, and then the way that lady starts explaining it, she's like explaining how they were being perceived. Of course, the most, that all sounds very plausible, but then you're like, so then there's got to be a serial killer on the force they're like, okay, so who's going to go kill a broad right now? And this guy's like, I'm going to go fucking kill him.
Thinking that at all.
And I think we're going to find ourselves a Candace. I don't think it's going to be directly in line with that, but I think into the second episode, it's going to be some sort of conspiratorial thing. And what really sort of just solidified it for me, if you want to, where's my mouth? The first review, audience review, it was totally ruined by misinformed and very ungrateful feminists.
I liked that lady.
The man hating was palpable with some of the amateur interviewees. Was I watching a serial killer doc or just a bunch of bitter, middle-aged, overweight women denigrating the police?
And now, another word from our sponsors. This ain't your grandpa's mass. The last mash you will ever need to zoom into. In trying to keep up with the times and dwindling online attendance, Supermass has ramped up the holy goodness. We have backup dancers, funny memes, fog machines. Our fathers even threw out those old rags and got the new Supreme drip. The kids these days aren't listening or sticking around to watch the entire Zoom service. It's hard to keep up with the twerk videos and life hacks on TikTok. That's how we came up with Supermass. The mass with ass and a whole lot more body than Christ ever had. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Host getting down with the Holy Ghost, blessed be thy name, Supermass. Every Sunday.
So that's
Sounds like he really hates prostitutes.
I know, it sounds like he's like, they fucking had it coming.
Well, that's, I mean, I don't think it was like super feminist. I just felt like she was bringing into light where everybody's talking down about it or nobody really gives a fuck because they think all these women are prostitutes and just like, fuck you. There's nothing that you guys are doing, like slaying a bunch of puss and everyone's like, who cares that he died? All he does is beat it up. Like,
right. I mean, I think
wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to read it, but this guy really had a lot to say.
There's a lot of 1 stars.
Mm-hmm. 1 star. Well, I think this is Google. Let's see. Yeah, the Google reviews.
Wow.
It's very heavy on either side. As you can see.
You're either going to like it or hate it.
Love it or hate it. IMDb had a 7.1 out of 10, which is not bad. There's no, what's it called on there? What is it called? I don't recall. Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Maters is not on there. But, I mean, I'm interested to see where it goes because, the first one is so much scene setting. Setting.
Always
it's
is.
the scene of, it's just a bunch of prostitute murders that nobody gives a shit. And it has nothing to do with even being in England. I mean, prostitute murders, people generally...
Murder.
Oh, yeah, but... People generally don't, of course, I mean, it's the easy thing to kill. People generally don't really give a shit in any country when prostitutes die. When one prostitute dies or is found murdered, outside of like the family of that prostitute, obviously. But like, if you see it in the paper, it's like...
I get why that woman's so pissed about that because that's right. Bullshit because I don't feel that way.
I'm not saying I'm that way. I'm just saying, the general public, think about the general public. They see... some dumb stupid slut gets whacked, or some nice little 16-year-old who was just walking home from school gets whacked. Like one of them you feel more like, oh, because people feel generally like, well, they put themselves into that world that they're not supposed to be in that world. They kind of had it, that's what you play with fire. You're gonna get fucking stabbed and twisted. You know what I mean? Not saying it's right. Not saying I think that. But so they're setting the scene of, all these murders and who cares? Another third one dead. Who gives a shit, right? And then it's that little girl. And then now everything's shifted. But it does seem like the news and how they're portraying it is like First, it's like, don't be a prostitute. Prostitutes are getting killed. And then it's like, don't even look like a prostitute. Don't even be walking around alone. Don't even be, because guess what? It can happen. You got tits? You got tits on your chest? He's fucking coming for you.
You're next.
You're next.
I would have been sliced and slaughtered.
Yep. You would have been dead first. And not just because you're a prostitute.
I was going to say, not just because I have big tits, because I'm a total whore.
Total whore. That joke can go two ways. One for each tit. What would you... So our rating system, I want to say the rating system because if this is kind of a test run, obviously, for the video aspect. This is our first time ever videoing anything. It's so I would I just want to kind of reiterate our rating system. It's binge it. Just fucking don't stop till it's done.
Binge it.
Binge it. Makes sense. The second one is watch it if it's there. You're at a friend's house. Someone's like, hey, I'm going to put this on. Do you want to watch it? You're like, yeah, sure. It's fucking there. I'll watch it. Right. Or 3, fucking spare yourself.
Yes.
Go ride a bike. Go read a book. Go bash your thumbs with a hammer. Do anything else besides this.
I'm really glad that you went into detail to explain what those all mean.
Well, I mean, you never know. People might need an explanation.
Gazpacho soup.
It's a soup. That's cold. So where are you rating it?
If you like true crime, I would say must watch. I mean, only one episode in, I will absolutely keep watching it. Even if there were 8 episodes, I would watch all of them.
Cool.
I just like how different it's portrayed. It's a different story. I think it makes it very gripping. It doesn't show this. I feel like it's the process of solving a murder or whatever's happening. It just makes it feel like these detectives and these journalists and these people are just real fucking people. And here's what they were thinking. This is why this was happening. And I feel like that's kind of lost in it all now. You know what I mean? When you watch those, they're not talking about that. Like, if you watch Grey's Anatomy, they're not talking about why they chose the surgery and why they think this is going to be the best thing. It's just like, so we're slashing them open now. So I really like that part of it. So I would say must watch.
Yeah, you're right. It is different. I mean, with so many docuseries, that is very dramatized in that way, where they're not showing, the more. It's not gritty. It's just like the more realism of it.
Yeah,
It's almost like you never get to hear a cop go, "We didn't know what the fuck was going on. We didn't know what the fuck to do." I'm gonna be honest with you. I was too busy doing blow and playing pool because I was one of those rich cops.
You fucking whores.
Fucking whores. So, but once it started hitting close to home, I got out my whores book and I started flipping through it. I think whatever it's setting up, there's going to be a bit of a Kansas City shuffle going into the second one.
We'll see.
I really feel that. So
you love to predict the end of everything. So
I don't want to put a tack in it. I don't
want to
say
you're good at that. I never do that. I never predict what's going to happen. My mom does that. We've talked about that before.
I can't not. It's just like what my mind is constantly doing.
Yeah, I just don't do that.
I mean, it's my favorite aspect of watching a lot of stuff. So here's what I think we should do. Okay. So we do have next week's Millennial Book Club lined up. Also, guys,
you've chosen.
Yeah. Also, guys, what are you thinking? And I'll tell you why I chose this. What do you think of the Millennial Book Club this week? The Ripper. Did you watch it? Do you have a long meandering thing you want to write up like that guy's comment? Send it to roadsodamail@gmail.com.
Write it in. Phone it in.
Phone it in. Write it in. When you write them in, I can put it up on this high-tech TV screen.
So everyone can follow along.
Because I'm a bad reader.
I don't think that's...
I'm no good reader.
It'll be really small.
Well, still, it's just a visual thing. No one's really going to be looking at it. I mean, I can just put a picture of a wiener up there.
Send in a selfie.
A selfie.
With your review.
Yeah, so we can look at your face. And if there's boobs, if you have boobs on your chest, put them in the picture.
Send a picture of your tits for sure.
Thank you.
100%.
Proved. My girlfriend approved it. Send it to roadsodamail@gmail.com, or you can call and leave a message on our answering machine, 706-200-1213. Leave a message. 13. There is it's a 2-minute message you can leave, and we'll play it right here on the air. So here's what we'll do. Next week's Millennial Book Club is something else, but let's, at the beginning of next week's Millennial Book Club, just touch base with The Ripper.
Right, not like a full part 2, but just like kind of a follow-up.
Just a follow-up.
And then I was thinking maybe after that, you could choose a Millennial Book Club again.
Again? Yeah, I'd choose all of them. stop to whining what you're doing right now. You're whining because you couldn't pick if the Ripper was in here about to rip you. He'd be like, choose a Millennial Book Club. And you're like,
I gave two other options.
Yeah, well, you picked some things, and then I told you, I said, which one would you pick if I wasn't here? And you said, I don't know.
I'd watch all of them, and then the one that you're about to choose, I was like, well, this one's going to be like this, and then I was going to keep going, and then we're like, here's what I'll tell you what we're going to do. And that means that you chose
You didn't say any of that. You said, here are the ones I want to watch. I said, which one would you pick if I wasn't here? Just going to watch them. I think you said, I don't know. And that was it.
Yeah, I said, I don't know. I want to watch all of them.
Right. But then that was it. You didn't.
Nuh-uh. I said, and then if we watch this one, I feel like it's going to be more funny. There's not like a lot of more substance to talk about other than like, look what that guy did. Look what that guy did.
I think there's going to be substance in this one. Here's what we're doing, guys. Anyway, we're going to touch base and we're going to do this one because if we're touching base, we don't want a big extravagant kind of thing. So right now we're going to be finishing The Ripper, and then we just have like 30-minute episodes to watch, like something light and fun that we don't have to like sink ourselves into.
You're right.
Or let's watch this long fucking movie with George Clooney that we probably won't finish, and we'll come in next week and go, oh, we didn't finish that one either. Oh shit. Also, I didn't really pay attention because I was too stoned. This one we could be stoned. They probably want you to be stoned. There's probably a competition in here where you got to be stoned. We Are the Champions. Explore an array of unique competitions from the quirky to the bizarre and meet their passionate communities in this docu-series.
What's that lady the champion of?
Fucking hair, but that looks like bananas.
Yeah, what is that?
That's the Chiquita fucking
Can we
banana.
look at some of the
so yeah, let's actually
preview some of the options.
Yeah, I wanted to actually, I think because I'm not signed in, I can't actually see the episodes.
Lame. Do you want me to tell you what they are?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Here we go. I just didn't go down far enough. So we have cheese rolling, chili eating, fantasy hairstyling.
That's the one.
Frog jumping, dog dancing, yo-yo. So we're watching fantasy hairstyling and dog dancing.
No, definitely cheese.
Okay, cheese rolling.
I want to watch chili eating for sure.
So the first three?
I want to see people get like really into eating chili. I mean, I feel like we could watch them all, especially because we have a hard time watching things because we're so busy. And then when it like comes down to the end of the night, we can really easily watch a quick 30-minute thing as opposed to like
you're right,
hour-long episodes.
Exactly. Oh, now look who's fucking listening. Now who thinks
it's your world? I just live in it. Road Soda with Isaiah and Greg. I'm Greg.
I'm Isaiah. Greg, you have great tits. Greg's tits look great. All right, everybody. Be sure to watch. What was it called again?
The Champions.
Be sure to watch The Champions.
We Are the Champions? The Champions. Something
I
like
think
that.
it is We Are the Champions. Do you think they're going to play that? Do you think they're going to play that
shitty
shitty
Stay tuned
song?
to find out what Isaiah's choice for the Millennial Book Club will be next week.
Yeah, stay tuned for next week. We Are the Champions on Netflix. You can write in also about that. roadsodamail@gmail.com or call in 706-200-1213 and either stuff about that or The Ripper. What'd you think? How'd you feel? What did you rate it? How did you rate on that? Cool. Well, so there she goes. So long, so good.
So long, so thick, so good.
So thick, so strong.
And hard.
Meaty.
So
Full of blood.
not the route I was going. But
I thought we were talking
sometimes,
about
depending
wieners.
on the... I
I
was thinking like dipped in... When you said full of blood, I'm like, I mean, if you want to, you know I'm down. Like, that's what you want to
You thought of that because you're a girl.
do. Right.
Yeah, makes sense. So, what'd you learn?
That you are very passionate about what CBS decides to call fucking news.
It wasn't CBS for like the 30th time.
Babe, I know.
Oh, do you? Well, I know you knew.
Yeah, that you're very passionate about what people on CBS News claim to be news, and they're trash.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for him to be telling us that. Are you trying to tell me I can't text?
I also learned that there's a real life Fred Armisen in a diaper out there, but he's ugly. He's got meth scabs, and
Do you think that's life imitating art or art imitating life? Like, do you think Fred Armisen heard about the story and they made that? Because
this is a really old Broad City. Years ago.
The original story I heard years ago. I don't know if it was the same guy, but it was definitely someone doing it. I think I might have heard it on like Mysterious Universe or something like that.
I think it's like more of a common thing across the board that probably just exists.
People do that.
Yeah,
That's
people are
fucked
into, absolutely.
You know, that common
Dudes
thing.
putting on diapers, acting like babies, so women
Try
have
to
to take care of them and
trick
do shit.
people into wiping my ass. What did I learn? I learned that you really hate the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts. Find them very boring. That wasn't a good thing. Let me try it again. Let me try another one. I'm gonna try to bring up the. Whoops.
I thought you were just like stopping. I'm like, wow,
Sorry,
you've
guys.
never. There's been so many times where we've said or done shit where I'm like, oh, we should like delete that or start over, and you just, what's there is what we use.
Yeah, I'm not starting over on this one. That was an accident,
that a butt plug?
I did not mean to bring this article up because it's probably fucking up the fucking lighting again. Gosh, darn it! You know what I mean? Maybe if I
Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas is right. I think I might invert some stuff. What did I learn? Oh yeah, I learned that you were secretly a sauce hoarder before you met me.
Yes.
And because I so vehemently expressed to you how much those people suck, you changed your ways.
I hid them.
You just hid them.
And then I changed them, yeah.
Where are they hidden now?
Very little in the top cabinet with butter.
Yeah.
That's where I
hide
my secrets.
Right. And that's what I can get down with that. If you have like 1 or 2 packets and you put them up there and you might get to them, I can get down with that. I'm okay with that. But the whole drawer full, or like
we do that at work and it just really comes in handy. There's like 2 separate sauce drawer areas, and it's like you bring something for lunch, like, you know what I need? But like, how many times do you want to go to the grocery store and buy all the condiments that you need and keep them in the refrigerator at work? You're not going to do it. So you have this sauce drawer.
I think I get it, but I also think that I'd rather put like, I don't know.
I'm really surprised for being such a goodwill Jew that like you don't want to save those.
I just think it's a slippery slope before you know it. You have your shits are zipped up into little Ziplocs and you keep them in shoe boxes under your bed, you know?
Yeah, but those are free.
I get it. Oh, you're saying
They're free.
What about it? I don't get it. Yeah, they're free. I get it. They're free. Except for at McDonald's, you have to pay for those.
No, you don't. You've always said
do.
that, and never one time have we ever gone to McDonald's.
You have to pay for McDonald's condiments.
No, you don't.
Only shitty people ask at the window, and sometimes you get a bad
Even when
bitch.
they put them on the screen, it's free. It's not like you buy the nuggets.
Well, you get 2 with the nuggets for free. You do get 2, but if you ask for an extra side, 26 cents. 26 cents. And sometimes you get a lady who's over your shit, and you ask at the window, and she holds up to it. She goes, 26 cents.
Never in my life.
I've had it happen. I can call up multiple people right now who would agree with me, who would say, yeah, I remember it. And at the same McDonald's. I can't wait to call. Should I call him now? If he answers, it's 10 o'clock. Kind of got it now. Almost make me uncomfortable. We're not going to call him.
We'll just go there. Out of all the times you and I have gotten McDonald's, and I think we've gotten McDonald's over the span of the last year, more than a handful of times, plenty of times, and never, ever, ever under any circumstance have they ever even so much as hinted towards.
I think they think they've just stopped doing it. I shit you not. I'll text Brian as soon as we're done and ask him if he remember. And like, I know.
I think we should make a Facebook poll.
I don't. You know how I feel about Facebook polls, baby. You're trying to get me riled up.
No, but you're not saying one way or the other. Are you? I just ask people their experience and are you? Is anybody getting charged for McDonald's sauces? Do they charge you or not?
Then we can.
There's an argument. Does McDonald's charge you for sauces or no? Question mark. That's it. How do they know which side you're on? They don't.
Interesting. But if we Google it, we'd also get a pretty good answer. But I'm down with the Facebook poll. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Also, thank you for watching if you did watch. This is our first one. I mean, this is our 169th episode, but this is the first one with video. So this is like a big fucking thing. I hope everybody enjoys it. I hope you also try if you want to listen to the show with all of the commercials and everything. It's fun commercials. The commercials, no, not ads. You know what I mean. Those are good. Listen to the Road Soda anywhere you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, all the usual. Now, also we got video on YouTube. So if you're listening and you want to watch my awesome glasses face and sloppy whoppers over here's tit chest, fucking turn it on, baby. Also, everybody have a great week. I hope you had an amazing Christmas, and I hope you have an even better New Year's. And hey, how about this? Try going to bed early. Except for on New Year's. Have a good time. Have a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.